All right, back in our studio kitchen once again, joined by Chef Julie, bakingwithjulie.com to walk you through all of this.
Yes. And so I went ahead and mixed up the rest of the batter, and this is what it looks like when it's done. Really thick, isn't it? You can't really pour that. You have to spoon it in. And when you put it into your pans, you can use the bundt pan, you can use small pans, just kind of smooth it down on the top. In the bundt pan, it takes 1 hour and 15 minutes at 325 degrees. Or until a toothpick, will come out if you're kind of in the center of it. So it does take a little while to bake, but it's so amazing. Let it cool on a rack for about 10 minutes before you turn it out and let it cool. And then you're good to go.
Before you turn it out and say your prayers, and then, of course, look.
Yeah, and it comes out like that if you do it right. Now, one thing I like to do, and I didn't have time to do it with this one, I like to make a simple syrup, which is a mixture of water and sugar you heat up on the stove. And instead of water, use lemon juice or use orange juice, or what I did for this one, a combination of lime, orange. I even used a cara orange juice.
Those are the best.
These are really delicious oranges, aren't they? Kind of have a reddish kind of look to them. These honey bells are amazing. And look at the zest on that, how bright that is. So it's really pretty in a cake. You can use the zest from other citruses, not just lemon. So you can kind of play with the flavors on this one. I also added some liqueur to here. There's some Grand Marnier in here, and some lime and lemon liqueurs that are in here too. You pour that over the cake and it soaks in. I probably poured a cup over the one I just made here recently for Easter.
Okay.
And just let it soak in, and oh my gosh, does that pop the flavor like nobody's business. And you can use orange extract, in the cake. So you can play with all that. If you don't want to squeeze limes, this little lime juice, these are key limes, and it tastes different than the normal lime that you buy in the section. They're smaller, and they're kind of a pain to get the juice out. So this is a quick way to get key lime juice, which is really good. But here's our result, and I did make lemon curd to go with it, which is a very simple thing. This is just a mixture on the stove you heat up, and I've got the recipe on bakingwithjulie.com, but it's butter, sugar, lime juice, or lemon juice, and some zest, and you heat that up, you whip up 4 eggs, and then you add the hot to that, put it back, let it cook briefly, and it's, you can use that for lemon tarts, use it as a side on here.
How long, when you make a batch of that, how long can you store it?
You could put it in the fridge for probably a good week, I would say. You're probably fine. Yep.
Nothing like it.
But you see how nice and thick. One little trick, if you don't want a skin to form on the top once it's cooling, put some plastic wrap on the top, push it down, let it cool that way, and no skin will form on the top.
Oh, okay, great.
But one thing I love doing with it is making it in different sizes, and you can make these cute little loaves, which are just perfect to give away to someone.
Oh my goodness!
You might want to have some for later. And it's a wonderful thing, especially if you're going to ship, like my son's up at West Point. Takes a little while for the care packages to get there.
Yeah.
This will keep for a while. You can ship that to somebody. A week later, it's still actually pretty edible.
And that's a lot of batter, so you can make quite a few of these.
You can make a bunch of those little ones to share, or several of the ones that are this size. Probably 2 or 3 that size you could make as well. So lots of flexibility. So delicious.
You've outdone yourself again.
It's yummy.
It's so good to have
you. And fresh fruit, of course.
All right, bakingwithjulie.com for all of these recipes, and foodcity.com if you would like more information on the products. We'll be right back.